What's up, world? My name is Sarah and welcome back to another episode of whatever it is that we're doing here. That may or may not make sense to you, but they make sense to me. I thought, okay, not to get. You know what? Now I'm gonna try this. Maybe write a letter. Now this is definitely not just me. And for as long as I can remember, I kind of dabbled in some that, you know what? Candles. Lovely lighting. It's time. Kinda nasty. This is more maybe a personal thing for me and the BER months. Speaking of dibble dabble, doodling, and other arts and crafts, I had to have it. Sometimes I just get an itch or inspiration and I go for it. There's just something magical about the BER months. I think it's time to retire our most wonderful summer dresses and summer attire because next week is the beginning of BER months. And for as long as I can remember, I have been a fall girl. Even though my birthday is smack down the middle right in the summer season, and I love summer, there's just something magical about the BER months. Now let me start off by saying this is definitely only the beginning of the BER months thrifting adventures, because this is when I go crazy, because I love the look of layering, and what better time than the BER months to do some proper layering. Now for this video I wanted to kind of slowly kickstart the BER months. I have a few home items, I have some clothing, I have a bunch of knickknacks that may or may not make sense to you, but they make sense to me. So the very first thing that I think of when I think of BER months is candles. Lovely lighting. Now I will be most likely thrifting candles throughout the next 4 months for sure. But when I saw this guy, I had to snatch it. It was $2.20 and it is this, it reminds me of the Charles Dickens's Christmas Carol. I love that story. I think it's super cute. I love the movies that I've seen. I love the story. This just reminds me of that Charles Dickinson kind of vibe. And it's for a single candle. You can carry the candle. I probably won't be carrying the candle. I just love the way it looks. And I already have a bunch of candles that I can use for this, but I was thinking I want to find orangey brown tone candles for the BER months. So maybe something like that with this. Obviously white is gonna look good too. Another thing, this is more maybe a personal thing for me and the BER months, but sitting down and doing some arts and crafts are always something that I think of when I think of the BER months. And last year I kind of dabbled in some watercolor art and I really enjoyed it. So when I saw these, I knew that this was a sign. So this is just a pad of paper so I can go wild. These are huge pages, which is fun. I can doodle and do all kinds of things. We also have a nephew who loves to make paper airplanes, and I think this paper might work for that as well. And it's a multi-use paper, but I originally got it for myself for the water painting ideas that I have. And so when I saw this, I thought, okay, I'm definitely getting these. This is a pack of watercolors, and what makes this even more unique, there's this little section maybe for water to dip my brush in, and more importantly, this tray up here, let me show you here, that I can use to mix and blend the colors, and it makes it so much easier to create whatever I want to create. And there's so many stunning colors. There's also a little sponge here. I'm not 100% sure if you dip the brush in here or not. I'm not an expert with watercolors, but like I said, I like to dibble dabble in stuff, and this was too cute not to get. $2.50. Speaking of dibble dabble, doodling, and other arts and crafts, when I saw these papers, I kind of thought, of letter writing, even though I haven't written a letter in quite some time now. But maybe by getting these beautiful letter stationery paper, it will prompt me to maybe write a letter. I have a few people in mind that might like to receive a letter from me. These are both a pack of 5. They were 50 cents per package, so a pretty good deal. Now this is definitely not just me. When the BER months roll around, baking becomes a thing, right? My husband has already made an apple crumble. It's not gonna be the last. And baking is something that I'm more of a cook in the kitchen and he's more of a baker in the kitchen, but I kind of got inspired when he did make that apple crumble that, you know what, this season I'm going to indulge and I'm going to try and make a traditional fruit cake, kind of like what my grandma made with the fruit and the nuts, and just make it all yummy and delicious. So for that, I need a proper pan. So when I saw this, I thought, you know what, it's time. I am going to try and make a traditional fruit cake. I know people usually make it for Christmas, but I just want to test it out and see how I like it. My grandma made the best, stickiest, gooeyest one that just I miss, and I don't have her recipe, so it's a bummer. But this is going to be hopefully the pan that I make it in. Now, something that I wear in the kitchen every single day is an apron, and me being in the kitchen baking, that's a no-brainer. When I saw this, 100% linen, my perfect color, I knew this was going to be my armor in the kitchen, because some of the ones that I have, I've washed and they're still kind of nasty, so I'm gonna have to throw some of the old aprons out and bust in this beautiful new one. This is so nice. It's like I don't want to wear it because I don't want to get it dirty, but that's the whole point. So wear your aprons, burn your candles, write in the notebooks. You know the drill. Another essential in the kitchen, especially when I'm diddle-daddling in the kitchen, is a tea towel. I always buy my tea towels at the thrift store. This is one that's 100% linen. It is definitely unused. There's no markings anywhere, and I love the color. It's, like I said, 100% linen, and who doesn't need brand new tea towels all the time? Now, I did sneak in a little wearable thrifted item, and it is one of these Sherpa teddy jackets that when these came on the scene a few years ago, I wasn't running to the store and getting one. Not that I didn't think it was cute. I had shorter versions of the teddy jacket and I didn't end up really wearing them, and I think we donated a bunch. But this is the perfect color for me. When I saw this for €4, I thought, you know what? Now I'm gonna try this. I love the length of it because in the colder months, I love that it covers my bum, a little bit of the thighs, because that keeps me warmer. And maybe the most important thing was that this teddy Sherpa is that better quality one. Some of them kind of go flat, and I don't know what makes it go flat and what makes it stay plump, but this is one that stays plumper. I don't know, there might be some kind of science behind it, how it's woven or something, I don't know. But this is a jacket that's in great condition, like the sleeves, the armpits, the lining is intact. There's no holes, no tears. The pockets are in great condition. The buttons work perfectly. For €4, I had to have it. It is a cute, perfect for the BER months jacket, and I could probably match my dog with this. So now that we're stepping into the wonderful cozy BER months, I am so inspired by all things cozy, candles, and other fun things. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to thrift other things, because sometimes I just get an itch or inspiration and I go for it. Leave a comment below on what you're thrifting for the BER months. Do you like the end of the year months? Is that something that you enjoy? Now go ahead, like this video. That always helps me out. And remember to subscribe to the channel so you can find your way back for next week's video. Toodaloo. This is